Hi there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be talking about the iPhone 14 Plus. Apple has renewed its family of smartphones and has done so with a new member. There are no iPhone 14 mini, but the new iPhone 14 Plus, which is essentially a large format iPhone 14 and comes along with the also recently introduced iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone 14 Pro Max. That is the great and almost the only trump card of this model, if you want the large screen diagonal, but without having to pay for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. The new iPhone 14 Plus is an interesting proposal. One that also benefits from another striking advantage, more battery. This launch seems to confirm the data we had on sales of the iPhone 13 mini. That model, the most compact of last year's family, attracted attention for its small size, only 5.4 inches, where we could still find fantastic features. However, the numbers must not have worked out for Apple, and although people liked the iPhone 13 mini, they didn't buy it. It sold less than the iPhone 12 mini, which seems to have made it clear what people want: bigger screens. That's what the iPhone 14 Plus poses, which maintains the same design lines as the iPhone 14, but simply does so with a 6.7-inch screen diagonal instead of the 6.1 of that standard model. In the rest of the elements, the design is identical to the aforementioned iPhone 14. The notch on the front is maintained, and on the back, it has the same camera module with two diagonally positioned sensors and a flash. The iPhone 14 Plus design will be available in 5 different colors: black, white, purple, blue, and red. The fundamental difference in this model is, as we said, its screen diagonal, which goes from the 6.1 inches of the iPhone 14 to the 6.7 inches of the new iPhone 14 Plus. This is a Super Retina XDR display with old technology that is capable of offering up to 1,200 nits of brightness and contrast of up to 2 million. 1. HDR support, Dolby Vision, HLG, and HDR10 joins the already traditional support for True Tone technology and a wide color gamut. As with the iPhone 14, the specifications of this iPhone 14 Plus are not particularly different from last year's models. Here Apple has also wanted to mark differences concerning the Pro models, and for the first time in years penalizes the standard models with a controversial decision. It keeps the same SoC, the Apple A15 Bionic. Therefore, this is a phone that does not gain in performance over its predecessors, something striking, and that certainly marks a before and after in the renewal of Apple's iPhone families. This SoC is indeed really remarkable, but here it is clear that many may value the real advantages over last year's models, with the same processor. Perhaps the screen diagonal and battery are sufficiently convincing for potential buyers. As was the case with the iPhone 13 last year, the storage capacity may be 128, 256, or 512 gigabytes. Apple has not given data on the memory configuration, but all rumors pointed to 6 gigabytes of RAM, thus increasing the 4 gigabytes of last year's iPhone 13 or 13 mini. The larger screen also provides an interesting additional advantage: an even longer battery life, which Apple describes as the longest iPhone battery life ever achieved. No battery life figures were mentioned in the presentation, but we will update this information when we have that data. As expected, these handsets are based on the new iOS 16. The camera module does not change, but the sensors do, which Apple claims significantly improves performance in all types of light, but especially in low light conditions. The new main sensor has 12 megapixels, but the pixels are larger, 1.9 microns, and have an f/1.5 aperture. Not only that, it also has optical image stabilization, something important for the arrival of a feature we'll talk about later. The ultra-wide angle is also apparently the same 12-megapixel sensor that we already saw in the iPhone 13. The true-depth front camera now features an f/1.9 aperture. It was f/2.4 on the iPhone 13 seconds, but above all, it features autofocus for the first time, a welcome development for selfies that will now be better focused in any kind of brightness. These hardware improvements are joined by software improvements. Apple claims to have made a remarkable leap in photo quality thanks to the so-called photonic engine that combines even more photos for the final shot. This computational photography engine doubles the quality of low-light photos in the front and ultra-wide angle, but goes even further in the main sensor, where performance is improved by 2.5 times. The new optical stabilizer of the main sensor allows access to the new action mode, a video recording mode specifically oriented to action scenes with a lot of movement and which also improves the overscan of the video shot. The iPhones maintain 5G connectivity and a SIM support that avoids the need for physical SIM cards. Apple highlighted the relevance of the eSIM and the advantages it provides, for example, when changing mobile contracts. The relevance of this technology is important because, as had been rumored, all iPhone 14 models sold in the United States will lack a physical SIM slot and will be fully eSIM-based. The impact detection that has been part of the new Apple Watch Series 8 also comes to the iPhone 14 Plus, which also has another new feature, the ability to make emergency calls via satellite. This function allows those who have been left without coverage to make emergency calls and also helps to orient the cell phone and point it correctly to the satellite so that the call can be made. The satellite emergency call service will be launched in November and will be available free of charge for the first 2 years on the iPhone 14. The new iPhone 14 Plus will be available for pre-order from September 7th and will be in the hands of buyers in stores on October 7th. Prices will be as follows. iPhone 14 Plus 128GB will cost $899. iPhone 14 Plus 256GB will cost $999. While the iPhone 14 Plus 512GB will cost $1,199. Here ends our video on iPhone 14 Plus. We hope you find it very useful. If you have any suggestion, kindly share with us in the comments section. Also, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please click on the notification bell in front of the subscribe button to turn on notification for this channel, so as to notify you when I post new video. Thank you for watching.